Hey guys, welcome back to Trekyards. He's Commander Cockings.
He's got a Foley.
And today we're here to talk about Spore Drive No More.
No
more dash drive. What's a dash drive? It should have been called that. Displacement activated Spore Hub. Yeah.
Well, go back and tell Brian Fuller. Because that'd be the first thing you'd tell him, clearly.
Ooh. Yes. Yes.
So something big happened at the start of episode 1 that... Wow. Tell us what happened, Stuart.
Right off the hop, yeah. They basically say that the Spore Drive tech is dead. Discovery has it. It's not going to be parceled out to the fleet. The pathway drive went out. And as a result, Stamets is a scientific luminary. That's his title. Just something he did was amazing. But, yeah, I think that's going to play into the rest of the season, but we'll talk about that in a minute. What did you like? Because we did a prediction video before, and somebody, I think it was you, maybe mentioned that the Spore Drive wouldn't be used, or I can't remember.
Nerfed
anyway.
In some way.
Yeah. What did you think of it when you first heard that? Then,
because the Spore Drive in itself is conceptually an interesting way. It was just handled in a way that didn't quite work, and obviously the fans reacted because of that. They've kept using it throughout the years, sometimes less, but it really is a god tech. In season 3, they made a very distinct point, and obviously the new showrunner took over and they went to the future of talking to Vance in his office and him not knowing who they were. Besides the like two blurb of "I lost this battle, know who they are," which told the audience that, okay, in this possible future, it's not the future, it's a possible future, Discovery Spore Drive never went anywhere. It was successfully classified, which means that all the canon that's in between, which is all of it, is not affected. So that was great. That was really useful. However, that still leads into what happens later. And of course, a Spore Drive tech, it's like Khan's blood, right? If you just, and now he's fixed, it changes the game. If every Federation ship can go anywhere in any time, because it can time as well, but we did see that, and universe, it's, yes, limitations, like story-wise, but it could do all those things, which means it could do them all again. If every ship could do that, end of game, you've kind of ruined the Star Trek universe. So, take over.
Well, that's funny, because in season 1, during the Klingon War, there's a scene where the admirals are together and they're like, yeah, we're getting the Spore Drive tech parceled out to the rest of the fleet. Never went anywhere. And
do they all spin now? Why is it spinning?
Yeah.
So they're not going to make a Connie saucer spin.
Because Stamets makes the point of saying it was a navigator problem. Like, you can't genetically alter people, their DNA like his is, to have them operate the Spore Drive, because that's against the augmentation rules. So I don't know what they were planning in season 1 of Discovery when that line was said. And then last season 4 of this, they're like, we're going to get this Spore Drive out to the other ships now. And it's like, yes, cool. And then it's like, nope. Just one line of dialogue, first moments of this one, boom.
Yeah, I mean, just like with Spock's around the sun in 4, you can justify saying he was lucky, he happened to a right minute, so the fact that maybe not all tardigrade DNA changes people, because it was that easy, it was a shot.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Book could use the Spore Drive.
Now that obviously was another giant thing they added, and they killed his planet.
Yep.
Now obviously there's going to be more Trekyardians out there. You can easily invent, it's like Order 66. All Jedi are killed except all of them in every movie and TV show. Oh dear. Hundreds were left. All right. So there's no real issue there. I think they probably knew that as well. They added such a get out of jail free. It's like in season 1 Discovery when they killed the mycelial fields on the ship and then planted them in a moon and then made infinite mycelial spores. It's like, well, you instantly removed the whatever. So I think for them to say, right, we're going to actually nerf it and say this tech is now we're not decommissioning your ship, because it's very useful, but we are not going to pursue it as technology for various reasons, and it is quote-unquote abandoned, and this other drive, which obviously just proves to be more conventional, just faster, or like fast, okay. Now, you didn't get the sense of lying, or some weird double-crossiness, and unless you see something in visual evidence, you can't say, they're clearly lying, because trust them until they show you, right? So it means that, the tech stays where it is, which means it makes it close, because Discovery is about finishing now, so close loop it. We have introduced this god tech with almost unlimited power, make sure it's not canon usable via season 3, and then close the loop in season 5, which means the ship is this journey, and you know it, you've seen it, you love it, don't love it, and you can kind of move on from it. It's interesting. Yeah. It's a big choice to do that.
It is interesting. There's a lot of dialogue in this episode. Like, all I had to do was solve the navigator problem, and it would have been nice if I'd had this opportunity to win out over the pathway drive. And wow, what a legacy! I wish I could be remembered in 1,000 years. So I think the writing's on the wall, unless it's a thread that goes nowhere, that Stamets is going to be kind of lost throughout the season, kind of feeling like he did this one thing and it never amounted to anything, as awesome as it is. But at the end of the season, something's going to happen where all of a sudden his breakthrough is like the solution to a massive problem or something, and it's going to be like, Paul Stamets saved the day, and there's going to be like this big... I see them going that direction, but as we've discovered with Discovery before, loose threads go nowhere sometimes.
And it was not an intended finale season with only 20 minutes of additional footage, so therefore they're not going to say, right, the most important thing is Stamets' Spore Drive conclusion arc. You know what I mean? They're probably not going to decide that. But that's the thing. By making it very explicit that this is not a tech that lingered, meaning Paul Stamets' name in the history record was he did some science, classified, disappeared / died. Like that's it. There's nothing to his name because it's highly classified. And this tech, like, if part of why you want to stop this being developed is if any aliens get it, they can just spore drive to a different galaxy, instantly changes everything. Clearly, so that there are some techs too dangerous to have, right? Red Angel suit as well, for example, is just infinite storage. That's an infinite computer. That's quite useful. Let's not mention it again. But the legacy thing is interesting, yeah, because he obviously has the basis of it, and we did see possibly a mycelial transporter with Burnham, that first scene in the chamber. Never explained, never went into, who the hell knows, right? They probably didn't even know what they were doing. But possibly maybe he'll invent some sort of long-range transporter which uses the mycelial network in some form, would be a way of having a legacy.
JJ already has that. You can beam from
transport beam, yeah. Well, yeah. But again, that would redundant ships and travel. And once you do that, it's like same thing with the armor in Voyager. Once you invent a thing that absolutely makes any ship entirely, as an add-on, it can be entirely redundant, you got to remove that from the game, classify it, etc. So I think I'm very kind of proud of them to close that loop on Discovery, the Spore Drive, because it was a weird tech they obviously stuck with. They used it often very well, but it's like we know the beginning, the middle, and the end of it. Cool. Doesn't have to be brought up again, really.
But now it's the MacGuffin drive. Like, we need you there instantly. And that's always like Rainier in this episode was like, wait for me. It'll take me an hour to get there. You're going to be there instantly. So it's always like, who are we going to send? Oh, the newest ship. Well, the oldest ship that is now the newest to the fleet with the people that were 900 years old trained. Yeah, it makes it the MacGuffin drive, unfortunately. Which is fine.
Instant response. You can instantly drop, because there's also no limitation. Stamets doesn't get that tired. He can now beam from any room to any room. So in 5 seconds, he can be from his quarters having a nap in the drive room. And it can jump in seconds. And I think, it's. Just put a Death Star laser on it, and then you've got an infinite kill drive as well. And that's the thing. You could easily have had a point where Discovery's properly taken over, and become a giant, oh no, villain moment. Kind of glad we didn't get that, to be honest. That would have been really hard to fight. But yeah, like I said, I'm proud of them to kind of close that loop. It's a gentle admitting we did a thing, because it wasn't this team, And you can have other drives. It's not really a bad idea, just the way they did it wasn't so good. And what the hell's the pathway drive? We don't know. We'll find out, maybe. Could be really cool. But either way, they still use warp, because they're at warp in the scene. Yay, warp. Never go away. We love you, warp. Those flying stars right by your face.
So we might have an update video on this at the end of the season, depending how things go. But if you don't want to miss that, subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell icon. Mm-hmm. Please comment down below what you thought about the whole nerfing the Spore Drive.
It was like scene 2. It was a statement, It was good.
Yeah. But fleet-wide, it'd just be so OP, so overpowered. Anyway. Let us know your comments, thoughts down below, and join us for all of our content. We do lots of it, and we want you to be there.
And support us if you can by showing up to everything we do, every single video. And while you're there, you could super chat your love with the super chat, super thanks, same thing, but on any video, on any era of Trekyards, like this one, my goodness, or the monthly options, join the channel, or Patreon. Two sides of the same coin. Either way, you get the fleet video. You see your name in lights, as it were, zipping along with other things. We love it. We love you guys. And keep joining us.
That's right. Until next time, he's Commander Cockings.
He's got a Foley.
Let's fly. I mean, black alert. Black alert. That's the words.
Punch it, Chewie. Bye, guys.